insert from our book is called The Productive Little Citizens. And there was this story about this little boy, let's say his name was Daniel. And Daniel was in the first grade, and he was so bonded with his mother, and his mother was severely ill. And she said, Daniel, I'm gonna go to the hospital and I'll be back. But she did not come back. So she died in the hospital. They had the funeral service and they had the burial at the burial site, and he was not able to attend either one. I was not sure if they weren't sure if the mother told him, do not let him come because I want him to remember me how I was, or they did not think he was prepared for it. But you have to realize children communicate through their emotions. Everybody say children communicate through their emotions. And so watch, life was going on. People were going in and out of his life, and he was waiting at that door for his mother. His father was nowhere in the picture, so his mother was his best friend. So what happened was he was becoming depressed. How many know little children can become depressed? So he was becoming depressed, and he wasn't doing well in school. He wasn't socializing at home, and his aunt became the caregiver. She had custody of him, and she realized that he was stuck in time, waiting for his mother to come back, and he was not going to the next level. So they brought him in, and he became my client, and he was so cute. He had that black, cold, wavy hair. He had the long lashes like they're waving at you, just real. And he wasn't so much of a conversationalist, but he was a great artist. And so that's where I had designed the Purpose Station. And the Purpose Station is a place of refuge where the little citizens can vent when they're emotionally distressed. And so what happened was, I said, well, let's draw a picture of your mom, anything you want. So I gave him some colorful paper. He had a marker and a pen. And it wasn't a stick drawing. He was a true artist. And this is what he did. He had some clouds. His mother was nestled in the clouds, a picture of him down here, and the sun was shining. And I said, could you describe that picture to me? And this is what he said. He said, my mother is in heaven, looking down on me to make sure that I'm all right. And that just had tears in my eyes. And when a child is going through the grieving process, it normally takes anywhere from 6 months to a year, or it could be longer. And so we were making progress. It was month 1. And so I decided it was time for have a memorial service. So I got permission from the aunt. I told him to wear your best. It was a cold winter day. I said, we're going to go to the grave site, and we're going to have a memorial service for your mother. And so I got dressed, had my coat on. The sun wasn't out all that week, but today the sun was out. So I drove 21 miles to go pick him up in Lamont. And when I picked him up, he was dressed up, those crisp pants, the nice shirt, long eyebrows, waving at that. He looked so cute. And he had the card that he had made his mother. And so I drove him to the gravesite, and the grave sites in California were so manicured, real beautiful. And we were walking around, and then in the midst of the trees, the sun was beaming down on us to let us know like everything was going to be all right. And so we walked around the gravesite, and he asked me this question. He said, Miss Stewart, I was Miss Stewart back then. He said, how did my mother get there? And so I had to break it down to his level, simplify it to his level that he could understand. So we walked around, and we finally got to the site where his mother was at. He read the card to his mother. He put it into the site, and put it in there, locked it in real good. And before I released the balloons, I said, your mother deserves a song. And I think I said, you are so beautiful to me. You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see?
So beautiful.
understood, remembered, and it was just like a release in his body. We left and went to go get some ice cream. And like I said, it takes 6 months to a year to close the case. When child are going through a grieving process, we closed it in 1 month. I left it open just in case. But let me leave you with this. When the task has just begun, never leave it until it's done. Do it big, do it small, do it well or not at all. That's all I've got.
I did good, huh? That's Cheryl Brown.